Hi everyone, Tom here again from the Life Rooms with another online learning video. Today we're going to talk about assertiveness and why it's important. This follows on a little bit from the confidence video, and you'll know if you've been to the Life Rooms that we do a confidence and assertiveness course, so do check that out. So what is assertiveness and why is it important? Well, assertiveness is the skill that allows us to get what we want and what we deserve in potentially difficult situations. It also is the ability to say no. And we've got another scale here. We love a scale at the Life Rooms. At one end of the scale, we've got passive, and at the other end, we've got aggressive. So these are two different approaches that we can have to a problem. We're more likely to get what we want and deserve, though, if we're assertive, okay? What exactly does assertiveness mean? Well, we define it as a confidence and directness in claiming one's rights or putting forward one's views. Okay, so it's as I suggest, it's between aggressiveness and passiveness, and it gives us the best possible chance of getting what we want. Okay, so what about an example of assertiveness then? Well, imagine that you feel like you're paying too much for your broadband and you want to give them a ring. Well, if we approach this passively, oh, maybe, could I please have a reduction in my broadband? They're going to laugh at you and they're not going to give you, they might even raise the price. If we're aggressive, they're going to shout, you're going to shout, and they're not going to take you seriously. If we're assertive and we say, excuse me, I've checked the rival prices and I think that I'm due either an upgrade or a reduction in price, you're far more likely to get what you want, okay? And that was an example of an I statement there. And I statements are a great way of asserting ourselves in a way which it just shows our confidence, and it gives us the best possible chance of getting what we want and deserve. So we're going to talk about a few scenarios today and illustrate what assertiveness actually is. But just bear with me one sec. We're just going to a quick ad break.
Life Rooms, helpful as ever, have created this infomercial picture which provides some do's and don'ts on how to properly assert oneself. Many people find it difficult to be assertive, which can often get them in a spot of bother. Take Mark. Mark is one of those poor souls struggling to be assertive and often finds himself apologizing for things that just aren't his fault.
I'm sorry, I'm awfully sorry, I apologise, old chap. I'm sorry.
As a result, Mark never gets what he wants or is able to assert his needs or wishes.
I'm sorry, I'm awful sorry, but would you mind if I could get past?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm awfully sorry.
Because his needs and wishes are so readily dismissed, Mark is sometimes driven to aggression, which can regrettably result in fisticuffs. Unfortunately, this rarely ends well for Mark, or anyone else for that matter. What works far better for Mark is to be assertive and represent himself by using I statements.
I do believe you're in my way, sir. I would appreciate if you moved out of my way.
Absolutely, sir.
And there we have it. Assertiveness using I statements always come good.
Well, that was just a light-hearted look at assertiveness, but there is a serious message in there about I statements. I statements sit somewhere between passive and aggressive. They allow us to assert ourselves in a way which means that the other person's less likely to become defensive or aggressive. I statements are a really good way of putting the emphasis on us, and you're far more likely to get what you want with I statements. Okay? Now, we're going to introduce some more scenarios now, which also illustrate this scale. So imagine you're in a lovely restaurant with a good friend over a candlelit dinner. Now, here comes the starter.
My soup's cold.
Oh, mine's really watery.
Are you going to say something?
So, how are we enjoying our meal so far?
Absolutely lovely, thank you.
Fantastic. What I'll do is I'll send those compliments over to the chef. Thank you.
Really?
Okay, so that was a little example of me not doing very well in the restaurant. Now, what happened there was I was too passive. I didn't complain when I really should have in an assertive way. I ended up eating food that I really didn't want, and it was quite unpleasant. Now, you've probably all been there in that restaurant scenario. It's a common one, but really what we want to do is be more assertive. Okay, so we're going to have a look at another scene now, see how I fare with my main course.
There we go, madam. Sir. Enjoy.
This chicken's raw. I'm not eating that.
Right, that's it. Waiter!
Can I help you, sir?
Trish's chicken is terribly raw.
It looks fine to me, sir. No one else has complained here today.
What are you going to do about it?
Would you like me to take it away?
I want you to fix it. I don't care. Right, that's it. Come on.
I don't get paid enough for this.
Okay, so we've just seen that latest scene. Now, I didn't do very well there, did I? I was clearly too aggressive. Now, and the night was ruined. What we really want is to be somewhere in the middle. So finally, let's have a look at how I deal with my dessert.
The custard's a bit powdery.
It is a bit. Not to worry, I'll just get the waiter over. Excuse me.
Hi, sir. What seems to be the problem?
I'm disappointed with the quality of my custard. It's a bit powdery. I was just wondering if you wouldn't mind replacing it.
I'm so sorry about that. Let me take those away and listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get you some complimentary cappuccinos and let's get them sorted.
Thank you very much.
Sorry about that. I'll
Not
get
a
it
problem.
done straight away. Thank you. And there are your complimentary cappuccinos. Thanks very much, guys. Take care.
Thank you. It's been a really good evening.
Oh, it's been absolutely wonderful. It's my favourite place here. Okay, I think we can all agree that from my point of view, that was the best scenario. I behaved assertively. I was somewhere between passive and aggressive. I really didn't want to upset the waiter and I didn't want to end up with rubbish food. So I was assertive and I used I statements and I ended up getting the best result, the one that I deserved. Now today we've talked a little bit about assertiveness, we've talked about the scale, and we've talked about how if we're somewhere in the middle of this scale, we're more likely to get what we want and deserve. I hope you've enjoyed the video. It'd be absolutely fabulous if you could provide us with a little bit of online feedback on one of our social media platforms. This just enables us to improve our service and give you more of what you like. Okay, so I'd just like to say thanks very much for watching and see you again soon.